Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, or whenever you're watching this. My name is Kimberly, whichever you prefer, pronounce she prefers. And I am once again super excited, as usual, to be bringing you another This Is Life yoga. Now that we're in our 30s in terms of number of videos, I'm super stoked and thank you all so much for continuing to like, watch, share, keep it up. If you really like this series, make sure you subscribe and definitely share. I really do mean what I say when I say I want to support as many people as possible. And definitely keep coming back to your favorite videos and watching them. And you're the ones that challenge you. Sometimes when they challenge you, are the ones that you need. But as usual, we will focus on self-care. That is the whole point of this series. That's one of the whole points of this series is self-care. It's to create and carve out that time for yourself on a regular basis. And like I said, if you want to do something else besides do what I do and lay there and read a book, fantastic, totally fine. It is your self-care in 15 minutes and under. So far, I've been pretty good. And if something that I offer does not feel good in your body, don't do it. Take care of yourself. Really listen to your body and say, this does not, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. If it's something you normally do and you're like, that doesn't feel good today, that's fine too. Listen to your body. That is super important. And remember, the more we listen to our body, the more we practice self-care, the easier it is to handle things when life gets just a little extra stressful. So, with that said, we noticed that we're back on the ground today. Like I said, I promised I'd come back to the chair too, not forget it in the midst of the season of transitions as we welcome fall into our lives. If you are within the northern hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, different changes seasons for you. But today I do want to come back to sitting on our seat. So it is your choice where you start. If you start with me here, or if you sit in cross-legged, I can't do that anymore because of an ankle issue. You want to sit on your knees, yogi's choice. Whatever position you take though, what I really want you to focus on here is finding the length of your spine. Okay. So with that, it's so easy in day-to-day life to let us like round forward, especially if you're typing over a keyboard, or if we're up moving around to because we're doing a posture and our posture falls forward, even like that, or even just somehow sometimes people on the front way back. Okay. So now what I want you to think is the length of your spine. Our spine is not straight for a reason. There are curves, and that's okay. We want to find those curves. So to find the length of the spine, maybe you can kind of rock back and forth. I'm finding my sit bones. Really figure out where those are. So I have a nice, solid, stable face. And then I'm thinking about a string, pull my head up. Well, my shoulders you might want to raise, but I think I kind of just did. Drop them back down. Engage your core muscles. And you can also do this in a chair too. So if you would rather be in a chair doing this, that's fine. And sometimes that might be easier because it allows you a little extra support, or as you know, me and my wall are different here. And then I want you to just hang out here for a minute. So you can close your eyes or you leave them open. Your choice, depending on what feels safe and what feels good in your body. And you can focus on your breath if you so choose. If you'd like to focus on the length of your spine, do that. Notice what it feels like to think about the length of your spine. If you notice, I don't know if you could see it, when I started to think about the length of my spine grew another inch is what it felt like. And then acknowledge what our spine does. Our spine keeps us upright. Our spine allows us to articulate. It allows us to move. Give your spine a little love. I know it sounds really funny. And send some gratitude to your spine. If you close your eyes, gently blink them open. I'm going to transition to child's pose. So I'm going to kind of play around with our spine a little bit. We're going to try and articulate it just a hair, and I'm going to actually pull my mat a little bit away from the wall just so I can move around. But again, you've got choices of child's pose. If you want to do a wide-legged child's pose, or rather do embryo's pose. Either way. But now we're allowing our spine to round and relax into a different posture. Take a few moments and settle into child's pose. In child's pose versus embryo pose, child's pose has a little bit more length to it, whereas embryo pose has a little bit more rounding. But play with both, maybe. See which feels better today. Then slowly roll. So articulate your spine. Up. Making sure your head is the last thing to reach up. And then if you have wide legged feet, you can bring your knees together so that they're parallel. Once again, find your spine, find the length of your spine. Check to make sure your shoulders are down, your chest is open. Rise on up to your knees all the way up. And this time, articulate your spine, going down for kind of what feels like an awkward forward fold. You almost end up in a cat-like posture, except you're maybe a little bit closer. And then articulate your spine back up, rolling. And turn so I can face you so you can see me. Then drop your right hand down. Articulate your spine to the right. It's a super important core still engaged. We're just letting our spine articulate to one side. And come up. Exhale to the other side. Sometimes these little movements can sometimes be even more challenging, especially when you think about different pieces, like our spine. What is our spine doing? And coming back down to sitting. All right. Now we're going to go into cat-cow and tabletop. Find your tabletop or whatever version thereof feels good to you. So check it out. When you first get here, again, make sure you got your alignment. Knees and hips are aligned, shoulders and wrists are aligned. Fingers spread wide. Weight isn't back in your wrist. Weight isn't more towards the palm of your hand. So it's easy to let your neck drop. Lengthen. Again, here we are, lengthening our spine. Engage your core. And inhale into a cow pose. This is about your chest reaching forward. Your spine is dipping in a different way, right? Natural bend, kind of accentuated. And then cat. Core engage. The upper part of your back round, the lower part of your back round. And as you transition back to cow, do it super slowly, as if you're going through jello or pudding or mud. And really feel that flexion and extension of the spine as you transition back and forth. And then slowly back to cat. One more time, very, very, very slowly. Cow. Chest reaching forward. Exhale again, slow as if through mud. And back to neutral tabletop. And then find yourself sitting back on your heels. All right, so we're kind of working our way into different articulations of the spine. So next, so you can also come back to the chair. If you want to do a forward fold in your chair, totally fine. If you would like to stand on the ground, we're going to take a forward fold as advertised. So once again, this is a different posture than when you started, when you first ground your sit bones and you first started to feel the length of your spine. Take the time here, set it up again. Find your sit bones, find the length of your spine. flex your feet towards your face, towards your body. I'm going to shoot. This is a little harder for me to find, especially the tight hamstring, lower back. Bend your knees if you need to release some of the tension. Find it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. So I'm really tight today, so I'm not going very far. That's okay. Not the point. I want you to let yourself round. Instead of taking the flat back, round over. If you would rather take the flat back, that's fine. Different articulation of the spine again here. Different orientation. Feel free if you want to put pillows and blocks right here so that way if you want to make it more restorative. Slowly roll up. Back to finding that articulation of the spine. Back up to nice straight aligned spine. All right, so from here, we're going to actually articulate your spine by rolling back to our back. So if you do not want to feel good, just go ahead and lay down your own way. If you want to engage your core, articulate your spine slowly all the way back. And guess what? Shavasana for a few minutes. We're going to take our Shavasana here for 1 to 2 minutes, and I will call you out. So if you see me sit back up, it's because I'll be holding space for you. Take a minute while you're here. Let your legs go limp. Limp's probably not the right word. Let your legs go relaxed. Palms maybe facing up. Eyes open or closed, depending on how you're feeling today and what feels safe in your body. Let your spine feel the ground, feel the support. Let your whole body, for that matter, feel the support of the ground. As the seasons change, you can feel disorienting sometimes, especially if there's wind and leaves blowing around, right? You can feel like we're just kind of changing with it. And feel the support of the earth. Let it nourish you. Always here. Nice sense of grounding. You find it at any time. And we'll go silent for a few moments to give you some time on your shoulders. Bring your awareness back to your body, maybe the sounds in the room, gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe giving yourself a good morning stretch. And when you're ready, roll to your right or left side for fetal pose using your bicep as a pillow. Spend a brief moment here. Remember, for those of you who've watched previous videos, I'm big on safety and big on being mindful of transition. And then slowly, gently bring yourself up. And find a seat that's comfortable for you, essentially change mine. And notice how you feel from when you started to where you are now. See what shifted, if anything. Maybe you have more awareness about your spine. Maybe you feel like, oh, I could use another minute or two of self-care. Okay. It's about you. So that's it for us today. I'm glad that you joined us. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next time. If you do have any feedback, I really truly mean it. I want to hear it. Put it down below. That way I can bring to you more of what you are looking for. I hope today was interesting, playing with the articulation of your spine. And I feel actually a little bit more length and I feel a little bit more confidence after having done that. But that's me. You do you. See what feels good as it says and what it feels in your body. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.